me introduce myself. My name is Rachel, and together with my husband Jason, I run the Prickleback Urchin Hedgehog Rescue, which is a charity based in the county of Rutland. Hedgehogs are consistently voted as Britain's favourite mammal, and they get a lot of public support. However, sadly, in 2020, they were officially classed as vulnerable to extinction and added to the red list for British mammals. Our aim as a charity is to provide rehabilitation for sick, injured and orphaned hedgehogs, but also to raise public awareness and to educate others. Our hedgehog rescue opened in 2021 and we run from our home with a small number of volunteers. Our rescue comprises of 2 spaces. This space here, which is our hospital room, and we also have a shed which is fully insulated and air conditioned as a second part of our rescue. Despite working full-time, Jason and I have rescued and worked with over 380 animals in the last 3.5 years. We also talk to, on average, about 350 people a year through educational talks and visits. We've gradually grown our rescue in the time that we've been here, and we have a small team of trustees as well as volunteers. And in March 2024, we were really thrilled to gain charity status. We now desperately need your help to expand our rescue. Last year, we turned down 48 hedgehogs, which was 35% of the contacts made by members of the public and veterinary teams. And this was all due to capacity issues. The average time that a hedgehog is in rehabilitation is 6 to 8 weeks. And effectively, that creates a form of prickly bed blocking. The demand for rehabilitation spaces seems to always outstrip the spaces available in rescues in the area. Our nearest other rescues are Leicestershire Wildlife Hospital or Peterborough Hedgehog Hotel or the Grantham Hedgehog Rescue, so there's not many of us around. The biggest limiting factor that we have is physical space, and one group of admissions in particular causes us the biggest problem, and that's nursing mothers or litters of hoglets. When a nest is disturbed, often due to building work, the priority for us is to be able to provide a quiet, safe space for those animals. A nursing mother that's come into captivity with her hoglets will be extremely stressed, and if she feels threatened, unfortunately she's likely to reject her hoglets or potentially even kill them. We know that a hedgehog or a hoglet raised by its mother is going to have a better immune system and a better chance of survival. So providing the adequate space and the appropriate enclosures for that group is key. When they do come into rescue, what happens at the moment is we have to put down a maternity cage on our shed floor, meaning that we actually stop all other cages in that environment being used. But if we do this, it means that the mum has sufficient space so she can move away from her hoglets. She can undertake some of the natural behaviours that she would. She can nest, she can move around, but she also needs space to be able to feed them and to allow them to develop and to move. So it is really, really important. Ideally, if a mum and her hoglets come into rescue, we'd much rather that she raises them. However, sometimes we get litters of hoglets that need us to step in, or if a female rejects her hedgehogs and her hoglets because she feels threatened, then we have to take over. We always want a nursing mother to be able to raise her hoglets. Sometimes this isn't possible, or sometimes we get hoglets in that are abandoned or their mother perhaps has been killed and not returned to the nest. And in these cases, we have to step in. Hand rearing hoglets is extremely exhausting for us, both in terms of time, but also financially. It's a very expensive part of rescuing. So this is why we really need your help. What we'd like to do is we'd like to raise £15,000 so that we can build a dedicated hedgehog cabin to provide 3 specific spaces for nesting mothers or for hedgehogs that come into rescue and unfortunately give birth while they're here. It will also give us an additional capacity for up to 10 to 12 hedgehogs at any time. The cabin design is already underway and our builder is due to commence the groundworks on our property to allow this development to take place. All of that will be at our cost. But what we need to do is raise the funds so that we can build the cabin. So the cabin itself would actually create 3 bespoke spaces, which will be larger enclosures. We can use those then for nesting mums. We could use them for litters of hoglets. It will give those animals a chance to explore, to move, to develop their muscles, and to learn some of the natural behaviours such as foraging. It will also give us up to 10 to 12 spaces for other hedgehogs. We are striving to build the reserves as a charity to do this at the moment from the very kind donations we receive, but we really want to move forward a little quicker, and we hope you're able to support us. If you're a business and you'd like to sponsor us and to be able to help with part of this development, we'd be ever so grateful if you get in touch. If you're one of our supporters, perhaps you could talk to your companies if you're an employee and see if they have any funds available to support charities like ourselves. We need you to be the voice for hedgehogs. We need you to be the voice for us as well, so that we can achieve this goal. If you wish to donate, we will have a GoFundMe page up and running. Please be aware that takes a small percentage, but donations can also be made via bank transfer, which therefore doesn't incur any additional cost to us. And please just mark those as Project Cabin, so we know that they're to be put aside specifically to reach this goal. We're passionate about achieving this. We know it's the next thing that we need to do as a rescue so that we can meet the needs of the hedgehogs that come into us. We know that with additional building work going on and with the drive at the moment to have more and more building work taking place across different counties, there will be more disturbed nests. There will be more hedgehogs that need our help. Please help us to make sure that we can be there in their hour of need.